It is found at the city of Hawassa, and it's very big, but construction has not been done yet. It's under still construction. It is one of the stadiums that Ethiopia has proposed for African Nations Championship in 2020. In 2020, the government of Ethiopia and the Ethiopian Football Federation hopes that this stadium will host the 2020 Chan in 2 years' time, and it is very big, a huge stadium. Its capacity is 50,000. It can accommodate up, and it is also well equipped with new technologies. And according to my sources, it has many technologies, two big screens, and much of the stadium technology was imported from Slovakia, and the Slovakian companies installing everything from the lights to from the floodlights to the screens, and it is said to be one of the modern, ultra modern stadiums that is being built in Ethiopia and also in the Eastern Africa region.
What does playing in Hawassa mean to Ethiopia? Is it better than playing in Addis Ababa? What kind of crowd goes to Hawassa? So tell, because it's over 250 kilometers away.
Not really, Addis Ababa is a football fanatic city. We won the African Cup of Nations in Addis Ababa, and you can sense the football loving people or faithful is found in Addis Ababa. The main reason why the Ethiopian national team is playing in Hawassa is due to there is a comfortable and good pitch in Hawassa than Addis Ababa. In Addis Ababa, the pitch is very poor, and it's a rainy season in Ethiopia, so the pitch tends to be muddy. And here in Hawassa, there is a little rain, but the weather is very comfortable, and the pitch is also very good. So the main reason why Ethiopia is playing in Hawassa is due to the pitch, not because of fans. Because in Addis we can attract this game could have attracted more fans than Hawassa. In Hawassa, I wouldn't expect many fans to turn out and support Ethiopia comes September 9 in Hawassa International Stadium.
Okay, so let's continue, Omna. Now, in terms of the team itself, how prepared is the Ethiopian team? There's been a lot of change since the last time the team played at the Cup of Nations 2013 in South Africa.
Our team is largely comprised of players who are locally based, and we only included 4 players from abroad. 3 of them play for Egyptian clubs, and one of them is on the books of Albanian champions Kangaroo. So the head coach is a newly appointed one, Abraham. His name is Abraham Abratu. He's been coaching in Yemen for the last 10 or 11 years. So since Abraham came, our team has prepared for the last 1 month. The foreign based players only joined days ago, this week only. So I wouldn't say we have prepared well for this Sierra Leone test, but I think our new coach is building a whole new team. And building a team is a process. So the whole squad. I wouldn't say the whole squad is prepared well, but I think we can manage to handle Sierra Leone this Sunday. And since we qualified for AFCON 2013, a lot of changes have occurred in our football. There has been a change of technical staffs, and since 2030 we have got like 4 coaches leading the national team. So the transition was rough, and we are still in transition.
How much do Ethiopians as fans, as a people, know about Sierra Leone as a team and a country?
It's a great question. Not many, I would say. Not many. Geographically, Sierra Leone is a Western African nation, and we Ethiopians are very oblivious about Africa, even. We know some countries, and in football, in West Africa especially, in football, there are some African powerhouses like Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, um, and the likes, and Senegal also. So not many know about Sierra Leone and its national team. We only know Sierra Leone with the civil war and conflict, and not many of us know Sierra Leone in football. But as a journalist, I know some players of Sierra Leone origin, like K. Kamara. I have seen him play for Norwich City some few years back, and I know that he has scored many goals in MLS. And but not many of Ethiopian fans know about Sierra Leone and its national side.
Who is the most dangerous player in the Ethiopian team that your hopes are on that Sierra Leone should watch out for?
I have three players in mind, and two of them play for a foreign club. They are not playing their trade in Ethiopia. One of them is Shimalis Bakala. He's a very experienced playmaker. He even played for the Ethiopian national team in 2013 African Cup of Nations, and he is one of the most dangerous player that the Ethiopian national team possesses. The second one is Gaetana Kabada. He's a very prolific striker and one of Ethiopia's proven forwards in the latest in the last couple of years, and he can score goals. He's a goal poacher, and I would say he'll be a very heavy task or an uphill task for Sierra Leone to manage or to handle him. The other player is Umad Ukuri. He's also another striker. He plays for Egyptian side Sumoha. He's very dangerous. He can play on the flanks. He's very pacey, and he can unleash powerful shoots from every angle. And I would say the three players, Getana, Shimalis, and Umadar, our hopes against Sierra Leone. And one of the three players are very dangerous, so Sierra Leone should look out for them.
Omna, any injuries? Any player that was called that is now in doubt? All set for Sunday? Is the coach satisfied with all the players in terms of form, physique?
Uh, we have got one injury issue, and the medical department was assessing Saladin Bargecho's injury today, and Saladin Bargecho is apparently a defender, and the coach expected him to start against Sierra Leone, but he has got any injury, so he's out against Sierra Leone. The other 22 players are fit and healthy.
Omna, Abraham Mabratu, it looks like a serious guy. Yemen national team helped them qualify for the Asian Cup. Tell us more about him. He looks like, some kind of disciplinarian. What do you think he's adding to this Ethiopian national team?
What's amazing about Abraham is he led a war-torn nation to a major tournament final, and you can sense his achievement through Yemen. He's been working there for the last couple of years, since to be specific, since 2010. He's been working in Ethiopia as a cafe instructor, and he's very knowledgeable, very humble, and he has got a good knowledge of the beautiful game. And the whole Ethiopians, especially the Ethiopian football faithfuls, contemplates that he'll be bringing discipline, more of a super positive style of play, and a good result, and also a strong national side in the next few years.
What about the political situation in Ethiopia? How is that affecting this match? We know that the new prime minister is very popular. He's trying to bring peace, and but there was an incident some time ago, and sometimes there are skirmishes in some parts of the country. But will this game bring together the country, or let me say, the campaign to qualify for 2019 African Cup of Nations, will it help to solidify the peace building mission of this prime minister?
Another good question, I should say, Drosimi. Football is football can bring peace, and in order to play football, you need to have peace. The political situation in Ethiopia, I would be very honest about it, has not affected the football in Ethiopia, especially this game. The security is very tight in Hawassa, and the impact is very minimal. But in the Ethiopian Premier League, you can sense the politics being involved in football in the Ethiopian Premier League. But in this national team game against Sierra Leone, it is very minimal. The impact is very minimal. And if you can qualify for the African Cup of Nations, yes, it will be an immense achievement, and it can solidify the peace process that the new prime minister is helping and hoping to achieve.
The other question is Ethiopian football is seeing some professionalism. You have players from Kenya, from Uganda, from Cameroon, from Nigeria, from Ghana playing professional football in Ethiopia. How come Ethiopian football has been able to attract this kind of quality and make their league so attractive? Explain this, because some Africans know that Ethiopia has made a lot of improvement economic, infrastructurally. The Ethiopia that they know in the 1980s is not the same Ethiopia. Tell them about that. Respond as if you're talking to these Africans who don't know that Ethiopia has changed a lot, and let us understand how come the football in Ethiopia has also been able to attract this amount of professionalism.
Another good, insightful, and good question, Drosimi. I'm loving the questions. I wouldn't say it's attractive, by the way. Quality-wise, we are getting some mediocre and average players from Africa. We are not attracting quality foreign-based players and also African players from another African country leagues. The main or the basic issue is that Ethiopian clubs have grown financially. I mean, the government finances a lot of infrastructure, and also much of the club's finances and the budget is allocated from the government and the taxpayers people. So you can sense that on and you can see that Ethiopian clubs have bargaining power and financial power, and the salary increment in Ethiopian players transfer has risen in the last couple of years. Now Ethiopian clubs can pay up to 8,000 US dollars per month, and that can attract a lot of players from Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and Uganda. I heard Nigerian clubs maximum pay up to 2,000 US dollars, and you can sense Ethiopian clubs are now paying up to 8,000 US dollars, and that is a big improvement to attract players. Some of the players are even coming from Ethiopia after playing at well-established leagues like the North African leagues like Tunisia, Algeria, and Egypt. Like I said before, the main reason why Ethiopian clubs are attracting other African players is just because they are paying well, other than other East African nations. Nothing more.
Can Ethiopia host the African Cup of Nations after hosting the CHAN, Championship of African Nations, in 2020?
Why not? I mean, the African Nation Championship is, I think, it's lower than the competition in the whole organization is a bit lower than the African Cup of Nation, and if Ethiopia can manage a successful CHAN, I think we can also host the African Cup of Nation in the next. Let's be realistic, in 6 years. So it will be a stepping stone to host AFCON, and why not? We can do it. Yeah, totally, we can do it.